Alright everybody, welcome back to Anomaly Cup 1. We're going to be playing, we're going to be casting Just Carrier versus RenderedSpy. He's called himself Soban for some reason. No, didn't I just say like 2 minutes ago that I wasn't going to? And let's see. RenderedSpy is going to ban the Shallows, and Just Carrier is going to take out Torrent Crater. And it's going to be random versus Conf. So why has he named himself Soban? Look at that, he's Soban. Anyway, then it's going to be Kalash Sheath, The Boneyard, Canyon Alt, Firebase Creel, and Kartoba. Didn't you? Well, it would be in all caps if it was like that error. Suspicious. Suspicious. I didn't! And RBMK reactors don't explode. It's gonna be supportal combat over here as the base runners fight each other. Now, what Just Carrier wants to do is put down a missile turret, and that basically just shuts down the base runner play forever. It's awful, but it's great. Obviously, the reason for that is that the base runner can protect itself using smoke, but missile turrets don't require anti-air. And here's a sand skimmer. Okay, for once in my life, this might actually be a good idea, right? Because you know, if you can just drop this down on the anti-air turret and kill it, like that could maybe, you know, that could maybe get you an extraction, but who knows? Oh, did I say anti-air? Line of sight. You know what I mean. But in any case, he's gonna back away. And remember, he has the probe, so he can see everything. So he must be doing this because he knows that the skims are here, so he's not gonna put down that anti-air turret post. And that should potentially get RenderedSpy the artifact. But how many he's got here? I think he's over-investing, right? And we do have LAV fab done already. Obviously, sand skimmers are not going to be able to fight the LAVs. We even have Power 1 to just assist a little bit with the fight here. And Railguns are attacking very quickly as well. But Just Carrier going to open up the wreck any moment now, one would assume. There it is. And so, you know, with this many sand skimmers, like, you basically have the same threat against the anti-air turret as you would have with, like, 1 or 2. And you end up investing a ton of resources that can't be used to develop your eco or to build assault ships or anything like that. So now I'm pretty worried, right? TJ gets dropped. That's going to do quite a lot of AoE damage, actually, on its own. Jeez. And then the LAVs are just going to clean up shop. And this is exactly what you expect to see if you fight skims versus LAVs in Anomaly. So, if I had to put it in one word, don't do this. This is very bad. And, yeah, exactly. Oh, did he say that in chat? Oh, no. Because it kind of is. I mean, what do you do from here? Like, now you don't have any, you don't have any tech, you don't have any eco, and you have, like, these military units that are just useless. And again, that probe is so good, he sees everything, right? So you can't really flank him either. He knows that you're coming. Yeah, pretty bad. Pretty bad. We're not even going to see Insult Pack. Maybe we won't ever see it. I mean, perhaps he just wants to go for Railguns now. Either that, or maybe he just wants to go 3-base. I mean, he can do whatever he wants. He's really far ahead here. Because we do see that support cruiser building here. Looks like maybe the Railguns were like an anti-rush type of thing, because now he's actually going to tech into air units. And you know what I say, when you're ahead, air is always a good choice. And by the time this artifact respawns, this anti-air turret post will be able to go up. Do not make sure it's combat ready, who needs that? And that means no extracts for the Conf player. He's gotten 1 though, so that's good enough. And Railgun fab, very good. This can fight. So, heavy Railguns actually get outranged by LAVs, but when they get their armor upgrades, they're pretty strong against them. They just don't take much damage. Assault Railguns, obviously... Excuse me, I'm getting hiccups again. Assault railguns obviously outrange the LAVs, so if you can keep them far away, then they work. So they have a pretty nice synergy for this type of combat. Well, yeah, I guess it's not too much then. Maybe it's not bad then, even just the heavy railguns against the LAVs. Yeah, well, because you know when I'm casting and then he says that line, I'm always like, well, of course, make sure it's combat ready. What the heck? why wouldn't you want to do that? Anyway, there's the anti-air turret post. And it's a gunship, as they say in Half-Life 2. It's 2 gunships even, very nice. I think carrier production upgrade is slow, but I think maybe he was just trying to get his eco set up first. And that's obviously going to be absolute counter to the railguns. And you can see RenderedSpy's got the 1 assault and he's got the heavies that he's building now. You know, he knows what he wants to do against the LAVs, but what's his anti-air? Well, maybe you shouldn't ask that question. It doesn't exist. And so, oh, it's 2 assault railguns as well, which maybe is a mistake, but whatever. He's not going to have to fight the LAVs, so it doesn't matter too much. Is it even teching? No, it isn't. And now he could maybe consider going for honor guards, but with his eco so shot up, maybe it's not going to be easy to do that, so... But yes, splits are nice. He's going to keep a lot of guys alive that way. And yeah, it is going to be honor guards, the tech choice. But here comes that second gunship. It's going to target the second base. And yeah, exactly. Can he split in 2 places at once? It's a little harder, isn't it? Gonna lose 2 cells there right off the bat, and this guy still has a lot of ammo left. And these gunships, man, I mean, if you don't have anti-air, they are brutal. Brutal enough that RenderedSpy is just gonna GG right out. He's like, yeah, I think I've had enough of this. And that's gonna be game 1, going the way of Just Carrier. And really all of it off of a terrible, terrible opening. I don't want to sugarcoat it. Don't ever do what he did. So, let's jump into game 2 and hope that he cleans it up. Alright, so here we are in the Boneyard. Yeah, look, his name changed. I don't know, maybe that was the bug, but I've always seen it be like all caps, you know, where it's like CONF, right? But who can explain? My carrier's got a fever, and the only prescription is re-establish healing systems, whatever. Yeah. Maybe Soban isn't all cap. Anyway, yes, it's KVK, so this will be interesting. How do you play a KVK? I don't really know. I'm guessing that Just Carrier is the one who knows more about this sort of stuff, so... Whatever Just Carrier does, it's usually a good idea to imitate him, you know? He's like the A-game eggs of Anomaly patch. And it looks like it's Claymore Roombas. We do have the 2 BR start here for RenderedSpy. Yep, looks like Just Carrier's going to do that as well. He's got one on the queue. Rally point mark. And then I suspect we would see Carrier Systems 1 come out. He hasn't gotten it yet, though. Both players have the money for it, and both players are going to go ref mode. Okay. So they want the combat potential of the production cruiser, I guess. At least that's what I would have thought, but... RenderedSpy is actually leaving his back at home. Yeah, I agree, Carrier. The GVG Slapfest, it's always fun, you know? Is that what the blast drone is saying? Hey, get out of here. You're not welcome here. But yeah, I mean, the base runner can kite all day, but maybe that's not good enough, right? Because, you know, then you yield the floor. So I guess I can see what he's going for here. Come here, cupcake! He's playing random, so... yeah, actually, but no, also. Well, yes, but actually no. Okay, Cruiser has support mode available now. It's going to be turned on. Oh, it's like the slowest flanking maneuver you've ever seen in your life. But it is actually happening. Uh-oh, what's the detonate there for? Whoops. Yeah, you know, if I were just carrier, I might actually have powered off the reestablish and put on mobility, and your carrier's gonna take an unholy amount of damage, but it's fine, because no one's gonna be there to hurt you, and you're actually gonna get quite a lot of value with that in the meantime. Blaster will kill itself on this pop here, but that's fine. Looks like he's actually not going to be able to... Oh, hit D, please. Oh, no. Oh. Anyway, it looks like he's actually not going to be able to stop RenderedSpy from getting the extraction out. So that's pretty good for him. This Blaster here will kill off the base runner, though. Yeah, there he goes. Can you imagine if we gave the Blastrones veterancy? Although I don't think we can. It's the same thing with the carrier and the salvagers, right? Yeah. But if we could... You can give the BD weapon range? Well, what does that do? Does it mean, like, if you're targeting a unit and then you press D, it'll, like, show up some distance toward it? That'd be ridiculous. Anyway, Blastrones and veterancy, that would be funny. That would be funny. Can you give ALMs veterancy? Probably not, though. I think for the same reason. Rachel on Vet 5. Huh. Well, that's weird. Anyway, 2 Blastrones versus Railguns. Let's see how it goes. 3 Blastrones, actually. Pick up the artifacts, though. That would be a good start. These base runners are probably going to get away, because the Railguns have to fight the Blastrones in the meantime. It's just... There's something funny about this, isn't there? I don't quite know how to explain it, but... Yes, it is. Yes, it is. I've probably shared the anecdote before, but there was a time when the Blastrones were... Nice shot there. There was a time when the Blastrones were like 600 speed, which is like the speed of an interceptor with Afterburner and Vanilla. It's very, very fast. But they only had 1 HP, right? And then they did like a ton of damage if they landed. But, that didn't really work very well because you could just never use them, right? The problem was that you would try to drive in for a hit on the Blastrone, and then something with PD like a production cruiser or a base runner or anything would just like touch it one time and it would blow up. So it was never really very useful. I like this version better. Anyway, the idea with carrier veterancy was actually meant as like a fix to a very particular problem that Saban has, where if you get a Saban carrier at power 7, it had low enough health that it would die to 1 shot from the Galzian nuke, so if there was a Galzian in the game, you just could never do it. And then I was like, well, what if we had veterancy? So like, if it gets veterancy, it gains a bit of carrier HP, but... well, it couldn't be done. So we ended up just going with the armor system gives you HP. C-Nuke getting nerfed? Oh. Well, I can't say I'm too surprised, but it's still kind of sad. And look at that, it's not actually going to be a rail war. So just Carrier, sure enough, wants to fight it the other way. Now, he does have Conif Siege, which I think is better against railguns than Gaussian Siege. And his opponent, getting honor guards like you do, just wants to make sure you can't be hit by air units. Okay, so it'll retain quite a lot of its damage against carriers, but it'll have less damage against the surrounding units, right? And I mean, it'll still kill anything that is, like, in the blast radius, but if it's, like, nearby it, maybe it'll survive. Yeah. I actually didn't realize that the, I didn't realize that the nuke had packets that... Oh, watch out! Oh, gosh! Kind of a sad missile ship here, but actually it's gonna bring friends, so that's good. I guess so. But yeah, missile ships are very, very strong in tandem with the sand skimmers, and that's why, but not quite in position, so he doesn't get the kill off. And now he's gonna try and just throw down against this heavy railgun here, because he doesn't have another missile ship, so I think these sand skimmers are quite useless if they don't have, you know, combat support. Nice step pack there, gets almost all of these guys. And here comes the first Conif Siege Cruiser. Conif Fried Chicken. It might be, honestly. I mean, missile ship EMP can be, like, really powerful, but I think it's just, you know, it's difficult enough to use that we don't really see it get a whole lot of value in most of these tournament games. Looks like the blast drones are kind of forgotten about as well, which is too bad. The Siege Cruiser wants to stop the base runner here. Ah, direct fire barrage. Very, very good, very good. And of course, these sand skimmers can't do anything to it either. And I'm gonna say it again, RenderedSpy, stop building these things. They're not good at, they're not good at fighting like other combat units. They just aren't, you know? So you need to build them when you have a purpose for them. Alright? Yeah, it's very sad. It's very sad. Nice EMP there as well. It's double its speed, but it has a very low acceleration, if I recall, yes? And then the idea was that without mobility support, it takes them like ages to move anywhere. Although it doesn't seem to really be too sloppy at moving here, does it? Looks like the skins could actually have fought off this guy alone, but there comes the Siege Cruiser and says no to that. And smoke ability is still here. This guy will probably be fine. Barrage kind of misses, though. It's often difficult to land those properly when you're looking at elevation. Oh, but that one's gonna hit. Oh, gosh. Yeah, pretty good. And of course, those barrages don't do a huge amount of damage to the railguns anyway, but, better than nothing now. Sand skimmers just kind of run by here. I don't think they're really going to get anything, though. Actually, they could target the honor guard. But surely this doesn't die. Protection cruiser is just going to kill them off. And yes, it's true, the honor guard is not really doing anything for you here when your opponent doesn't have air, but... I don't know, I mean, Conif, obviously... They have assault ship tech too, like you've got to assume they have air, right? I don't really see how he could avoid that. Conif Siege starting to vet up as well, which is never what you want to see. And Conif Siege has different veterancy from Gaussian Siege, so right off the bat it gains more cruiser hull. Oh gosh, and that's a fast Siege Cruiser as well. 240 speed, whoa. But that's mobility 5 for you. I mean, that's what it'll do. And here come more sand skimmers to give their life for the cause. And it looks like it's going to be kind of siege from RenderedSpy as well now. Man, it looks so cool, them firing the PD, though. But yeah, I definitely agree. I think maybe it just does not need the speed buff that it has over Galzian. But I don't know. I'm sure you've got other ideas as well, though. Well, yeah, that is it. Okay, hey, look at that. I predicted something right for once. And more sand skimmers. I mean, I don't understand what they're meant to do here. He's gonna GG out even. I just don't understand like why you keep making sand skimmers when like they just can't possibly fight what you're up against. I don't know. Well, that's gonna be game 2 going Just Carrier's way. And it's 2-0, so it's potentially the game-ending match right here. Or match-ending game. You know what I mean. Yeah, I mean, that would be really strong. Sand skimmers with missile ships could have done it, right? Yeah, I just don't know. I just don't know why you keep making sand skimmers there. It just seems completely worthless. Hey, it's Savon again. What do you know? And we're here on Canyon Outpost. What do you mean, like the name? Yeah. I kind of feel like the carrier is facing the wrong way on this map, don't you? Because you need to rotate it around in order to drive out to your 2 base. Oh well. Maybe actually you don't drive the carrier out there on this map. Although, wouldn't it be kind of nice to have the carrier here holding the bridge, but then again... Yeah, okay. I guess that makes sense. You know what I've always disliked about this map, though, is that it really looks like you should be able to drive the carrier through here, but you can't. And I don't know why. I mean, it really, you know, it would make sense, wouldn't it? But you can't do it. Well, I mean, it is a nice stopgap, though, to say, like, hey, don't cross the bridge while I'm building my eco up. But yes, then the attack comes from here, and maybe that's actually more relevant. Now, what's going on over here, exactly? We don't have any sand skimmers this time, so the base runner's not going to be able to chase down... Or, excuse me, the sand skimmers won't be able to kill off the AA turret! Oh, gosh! Oh, the hiccups! And here comes the TJ. Yep, goodbye. And of course, when you're in the TJ, you have a very, very low acceleration, so... You know. Oh, the hiccups! Oh, gosh. But suffice to say, you don't even need the anti-air turret post if your opponent's just gonna let his base runner die, so... Well, we have ref mode coming out now. Did he say that in chat? Oh no. He does kind of need that power, but that's not the way to get it, you know? I think what he was doing in game 1, he was actually onto something. He just built way too many of them, you know? Like, if you have one sand skimmer out there, right? You know, if you have one sand skimmer out there, you stop the anti-air turret post from getting set up, maybe you can do something, but... Well, it is quite an investment just to get one unit, though, isn't it? I don't know. I mean, maybe you just kind of have to accept that against a good player, you're not going to get those starting extracts. Yeah, I know. I feel the same way. I feel the same way. He's playing on a bit of tilt here by now. He's doing all the right things now, though. Getting up to 2 base, getting his second PC out right now, he is. And he's taking assault chips as well. But I just don't really see where he goes from here. Well, it's always worth a try, huh? It's always worth a try. Your opponent could have a stroke and die, and then you would win by default. So, it's not impossible. It's never impossible. Also, it's kind of weird with the salvagers. I think his RU miners are going to third first. Oh, I can't remember that one. But yeah, I guess that's a good point. Like, these two players met each other in the finals of Jirachi Cup 18, didn't they? Almost forgotten about that. I'm gonna have to watch that again. Oh no, he built an extra sub. Well, hey, there's no need to retire him though. Huh? You can always use him as a frontline combat unit. Little clip. Okay, I'll check this out later. With this kind of power, just I hear my own voice. It's disgusting. Well, and I guess to be fair, you can already see what his tech is, can't you? So. Oh, but there isn't a cruiser building. You lie! The boy lies! It's gonna be artillery instead, and he's got missile batteries for the front line. Oh, this base runner might extract, eh? Well, I guess it depends if Just Carrier really wants to stop him, because, yeah, missile batteries. Uh-oh. Oh, that's cool. You cancel the arty light when you don't see the air coming. Okay, that's pretty neat. Send carrier production upgrade and just spam out the missile ships, huh? Also, I hate having a trailing 2 on the CUs. Oh, that's always so annoying. It happens when you retire a Salvager, because you can't use it at all in Jirachi, right? Or, sorry, Jirachi or in the... Uh-oh! No! Don't lose the CUs! Ah! Permanent CU loss. The dirt throwers can dirt as well. I'm gonna put some dirt in your eye. But it looks like he knows he doesn't even need that. He's gonna gun these guys down. And missile batteries are very, very effective against assault ships. Difficult to fight this. So... now we have arty coming. Still no air. So he might cancel that again, actually. We'll just have to see. I think, honestly, Just Carrier probably feels okay about fighting Kana Siege even with the missile batteries. There's the dirt throwers. Very nice, very nice. And now these guys are completely blind. He's gonna get the trailing kill there as well. Sport Cruiser anti-ground might even be good, but yes, artillery gonna be cancelled once more. Oh, you know what? He really needs heavy vehicles armor, actually. That's the thing that's missing here. Ooh, nice step pack. Nice step pack. Oh, he lost all those RUs! Oh! Yeah, you always want to quick drop your guys before you return them to work, because otherwise sometimes if they're carrying like RUs in the hold, they'll go to a CU patch and just drop it all. And Base Runner kind of out on his island over here. I actually would love to see him try and just do some TJ cheese, but who knows? Yes. But yeah, here come the heavy vehicles armor upgrades, and that's going to make it very easy to fight. Well, I should not say very easy. But it'll make it possible to fight the siege cruiser, and you can tell like when they don't have the armor upgrades, that PD is just gonna rip through them, right? So you really want to get those armor upgrades, and now that the kind of siege, well, I mean, it's not in the mobility support field. There isn't a mobility support field at all, I guess. But it doesn't have the range upgrade either. It's going to be very difficult for it to fight missile batteries here. So RenderedSpy is going to have to get that before he can do too much. Looks like armor upgrades came down on the assault ships, but that's probably a waste of money, because they're not very effective in this scenario. But yeah, I think you really need the range upgrade, you need the EMP as well, and then you want to get some mobility support for them. And all those things take RUs, which you're going to lose if you're getting the assault ship armor upgrades. So I feel like he probably shouldn't have gotten those, but that's in the past. Also, this guy's misplaced. That's kind of interesting. But yes, it's the EMP and then the barrage following it that's going to be really deadly. Got a couple peanut bombers over here. We do have a missile ship, but it's only one, so it's not a huge problem yet. It looks like it's salvagers that are going to be the target. Now, I will say those Iron unit defenses are nice in this scenario. Yes, yes, they're main battle tanks. That's how you should think about them. Missile battery tank. And it looks like things have stalled out so much. Or mostly here. Still more anti-air is needed. It's not being built, so that makes me a little nervous, but I'm sure he'll get around to that eventually. The other thing is, like, when your opponent has air and you get anti-air, that doesn't necessarily mean you don't have to worry about it anymore. You still have to, like, stay out of his net, right? Or, sorry, stay in your net, because otherwise the anti-air, or, sorry, the air units will just come up and blow you to pieces. And that's kind of what we're seeing here, right? Like, you're not with the missile batteries, so it doesn't really matter much that you have them at this moment. Ow! And that's gonna be a kill as well. Almost gets a second one. So, you know. Oh! Well, I guess he will. The replay just ended. And the carrier didn't blow up, so I reckon that's an Alt F4 too. Ouch. And that's gonna be the end. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. This game wasn't over yet, but it certainly wasn't looking great. Yikers. And that's gonna be it. That's a 3-0 for Just Carrier right away. Okay, well, thanks for watching, everyone. I guess we'll move on to the next one. Yeah, pretty sad series, I would agree.